I'm Maurice with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Day one of the voluntary offseason program kicked off Monday with the Bears, Patriots, and Jets. Teams with new head coaches getting an early start. 7 teams have new head coaches. Jags and Raiders start Tuesday, and the Cowboys and Saints kick off next week. Speaking of the Raiders, Geno Smith was introduced in Las Vegas on Monday with General Manager John Spytek and head coach Pete Carroll. Smith talking about reuniting with Carroll, telling reporters, quote, "I think there is unfinished business. And I think when people think about my story, Coach Carroll was a big part of that." The Raiders are also hosting several top draft prospects this week, including Boise State running back Ashton Genty and Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers. Meanwhile, the Dolphins will host LSU tight end Mason Taylor this week. Taylor's the son of longtime Dolphins pass rusher and Pro Football Hall of Famer Jason Taylor. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
I had the worst dream last night. We were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
Oh, that's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Lowe's is the destination for EEO outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time, and the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop EEO Days, happening now during Spring Fest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXOL Central California. I checked. Yeah, it's a Tuesday, 8th day of April, 2025. I'm Carroll in the newsroom, Jared Anchondo. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
I just enjoy these mornings.
Beautiful morning.
Yeah. Oh, well. And, it's kind of strange. Here on the West Coast, it's hot. Going to get hotter. And it's snowing on the East Coast. Yeah. Some states are too hot. Some states are too cold. It's kind of like the nation is going through menopause. Watching a baseball game in Detroit, everybody's bundled up. Yeah. They moved the games from supposed to start at night. They moved them to the afternoon. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, and here we're looking at triple digits, probably starting tomorrow before it cools off into the weekend. So,
all right. I'll be ready for it.
Okay. Well, and to those of you who are new to the Valley, no, this is not summer. It's not summer-like at all.
This is just the appetizer before summer.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. By the way, Sunday was the 45th anniversary of the Post-it note. What's really crazy is they completely forgot about it. I don't know if you've noticed, but when you go by Gabe Lemu's office, yeah, he's got Post-it notes on his computer screen and whiteout. Yeah. We're going to have to sit down and teach Gabe a little bit more about computers. Okay. And, this is ridiculous, but it's California. The state is looking at basing speeding ticket fines based on the driver's income. So if you're broke, hey, what the heck? 140 is no problem. But if you got money in the bank, 70 miles an hour in a 65 zone is probably going to cost you a big chunk of money. I'm sorry, that makes no sense. Just basing a speeding ticket fine on your income.
Interesting. Yeah, that's weird.
Okay. Anyway, are you ready for birthdays?
Birthday time.
Okay, original Mouseketeer Darlene Gillespie, 84. Singer Peggy Lennon of the Lennon Sisters, 84. Actor Stuart Pankin is 79. Steve Howe of Yes, 78. Bass player Mel Schachter of Grand Funk Railroad, 74. Singer-actor John Schneider, 65. Izzy Stradlin of Guns N' Roses, 63. Julian Lennon, John's little boy, 62. Actor Dean Norris, 62. Actor Robin Wright, 59. Actor Patricia Arquette, 57. Actor J.R. Bourne is 55. Actor Emma Caulfield, 52. Actor Katie Sackhoff, 45. Actor Taylor Kitsch, 44. Actor Taron Noah Smith, 41. He was on Home Improvement. I don't think he's done anything since. Actor Sadie Calvano, 28. Local birthdays coming up. Attention, 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 furniture and mattress buyers. For the absolute lowest prices on the best selection of furniture and mattresses anywhere, you need to make a trip to Houston's Yuma Furniture. Yuma Ashley and Rooms Now. Because nobody can beat their prices. Nobody. With 3 huge stores and 1 massive warehouse, they have what you want in stock. Sofas, sectionals, and reclining furniture, dining sets, bedrooms, and mattresses, and best of all, with their large in-stock selection, it's available for immediate delivery, or take it home today. For the absolute lowest price on furniture and mattresses, go to Houston's Yuma Furniture, 3052 South Avenue B, Yuma. Ashley at 2790 South 4th Avenue. And Rooms Now, just enter through Yuma Ashley. 3 big stores, the lowest furniture and mattress prices. It's Yuma's Houston's Furniture. Let's say happy birthday, Nick Rodriguez Sr., Alan Lee, Bethany Rubino, Michael Post, Carmelo Ruiz, Nick Verdugo, Maria Rodriguez, Cesar Garcia, E.J. Patton, Monica Hernandez, Andy Montiel, Dave Murray Sr., Doug Newland, Jack Terrazas, Juan Fernandez, Kiri Pope, Rosario Santoyo, Francisco Calderon, and Olga Salgado. Happy birthday from Kxo. And with that, we're ready for some news. How about you, Jared?
News time.
Okay. A look at world and California news to begin with, all brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. They deliver real-time updates about the air that we breathe.
CBS News Brief. After days of losses, a strong open on Wall Street. Indices are up 3.5% to 4%. CBS's Kelly O'Grady says investors are hopeful.
There are talks that there might be deals to be had with countries. We heard the Treasury Secretary saying that they're discussing things with 70 countries.
Elon Musk just called White House trade advisor Peter Navarro dumber than a sack of bricks. At least 18 people are dead after the roof of a nightclub in the Dominican Republic collapsed. Officials say merengue singer Ruby Perez is among the more than 120 injured. Crews are searching the rubble for potential survivors. Meta's announced new rules to keep kids under 16 from live streaming or unblurring messages that include nudity. Tech contributor Ian Scher.
It's worth noting that Meta is setting a lot of these rules unilaterally, making these decisions despite inaction from many governments around the world.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news, the state filing another lawsuit against the Trump administration, this time for terminating a nearly $16 million grant of the California State Library. The president issuing an executive order eliminating the Institute of Museum and Library Services. State librarian Rebecca Wendt.
Other parts of that money go directly to programs at the state library, including the Braille and Talking Book Library, which provides Braille and audiobooks.
Police in San Diego locate a woman who'd been missing since last week in a storm drain without a pulse and not breathing.
So very confusing system underground, but they were able to locate her. When they did find her, she was pulseless and apneic, and they transported her for further evaluation, CPR in progress.
Poway Fire Deputy Chief Jesse Ramirez says they managed to revive her and get her to the hospital in serious condition. She'd been missing since Thursday. Monday marked 3 months since the start of the Eaton fire, and not one building permit has been finalized in Altadena. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org and you'll get real-time information about the air that we breathe.
Starting with one store in 1978, Boot Barn has become the largest Western and workwear retailer in the nation, supporting those who feed, build, and protect America. We offer the largest selection of cowboy boots, work boots, Western wear, workwear, and outdoor gear, with over 500,000 pairs of boots and thousands of top-quality jeans and clothing. It's an honor to support the people who make our country so great. Boot Barn. Keep West.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
It's page one of the local news. Page one is a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley, at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center and at the Imperial Valley Mall. And when you pull in, you don't need an appointment, and Quick Lane services all makes and all models.
Kxo News. El Centro City Council will hold a special meeting today. Here's George Gale.
The meeting will be called to order at 3:30 this afternoon, and the council will convene in closed session in Conference Room A at City Hall. On the agenda are several items, including one listed as public employee appointment for the position of city manager. A second agenda item concerns negotiations with the Imperial Valley Healthcare Agency and El Centro Regional Medical Center. Negotiations are about the price and the terms for the real property that is associated with ECRMC. A third item is regarding possible litigation by the city in 2 cases. Council is expected to reconvene in open session at 5:30 p.m. with the city attorney report on actions taken during a closed session. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And CHP is investigating a vehicle fire. It was reported just after 9 yesterday morning. The vehicle was westbound on Interstate 8. The driver had pulled to the side. Highway Patrol found the driver trying to extinguish the fire with a fire extinguisher. The driver was bleeding from the head and appeared to be disoriented. CHP shut down the number 2 lane of the interstate and called in county fire. Vehicle was completely off the roadway. Ambulance personnel treated the driver and arranged to fly the driver to a hospital. The extent of the injuries is not known. The Highway Patrol is investigating the incident. KXO Local News Time, 7:42.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
County Board of Supervisors meet today. Here's George Gale.
The meeting is being held at the County Administration Center in El Centro. In the morning, the board will recognize Brock Hager and co-driver Justin Wilson for their outstanding achievements in off-road racing. They will be asked to declare April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. They will also be asked to declare the week of April 1st through the 13th as Imperial County Public Health Week. The afternoon session begins at 1 p.m. Sitting as the Air Pollution Control Board, supervisors will be asked to appoint 3 public members and 1 public member alternate to the Air Pollution Control District Hearing Board for a term of 3 years each. As the Board of Supervisors, they will be asked to appoint 2 to the Imperial Valley Housing Authority Board for 4-year terms. A board will also be asked to adopt a resolution adopting plans and specifications and authorizing public bidding for the County of Imperial Behavioral Health Services Clinic, the outpatient clinic. It takes a village. Interior remodel and site improvements and roof replacement will be discussed. For KXL Local News, I'm George Gale.
And Imperial County Local Agency Formation Commission, or LAFCO, they have a board that has an opening. Yeah. Imperial County residents interested in serving on the public agency board can apply. The open position is for the alternate public member seat on the commission. Applicants must be an Imperial County resident and not an officer or employee of the county or any city or district in the county. For more information, check out the LAFCO website. Deadline to apply is Thursday, April 10th by 5 p.m. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and weather coming up next.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the valley. Don't forget, they have mobile service vans that come to you at no additional charge. Go online, elcentralmotors.net, and schedule an appointment.
Our Goodwill store at 351 Wake Avenue is stocked with name brand clothing, electronics, household goods, furniture, home decor, and a whole lot more. Every purchase and donation supports Goodwill's mission to provide training and employment opportunities to individuals facing barriers to work. Inside the Goodwill store is a new community employment center. Career advisors are ready to assist job seekers with job search assistance and free employment workshops, all at no cost. Visit us at 351 Wake Avenue. Goodwill, making good happen.
Page 2 of the local news with a side of weather, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town. They have daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, happy hour every day, 3 till 6 p.m.
Firearms taken off the streets. Separate incidents led to 2 firearms being taken off the streets. Here's George Gale.
On Monday, El Centro Police Department day shift officers responded to a disturbance where a gun was brandished. Officers went to a residence where the suspects in the incident were said to be hiding. Officers located one of the suspects who happened to have an outstanding warrant. A firearm used in the incident was also located, but 2 other suspects were not located until officers went to a second residence where the suspects were found there. In all, 4 suspects were arrested and faced charges ranging from assault with a deadly weapon to various other weapons charges and outstanding warrants. California High Patrol said that a routine traffic stop on Highway 111 just south of Interstate 8 led to the discovery of an assault-style rifle. Both the driver and the passenger were taken into custody and booked into Imperial County Jail on weapons violations. For KXL Local News, I'm George Gale.
And Yuma Fire Department had a busy weekend. On Sunday afternoon at about 4 p.m., Yuma Fire responded to reports of smoke and flames coming from a home in the 700 block of South 2nd Avenue. Arriving, fire crews found the fire was coming from the attic of the home. The family was able to safely evacuate the house. No injuries were reported. Fire was contained to the structure where it began. The American Red Cross was able to assist the family. And shortly after midnight on Monday, Yuma Fire responded to a mobile home on fire in the 1200 block of 5th Avenue. On arrival, fire crews found the mobile home fully involved. The fire was quickly brought under control, though. All occupants had evacuated the home and no injuries were reported. And the U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of California, filed 97 border-related cases last week. The charges ranged from transportation of illegal aliens to receipt of bribes by a public official. Among those charged were 2 U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers charged with conspiracy to bring in aliens for financial gain and receipt of bribes by a public official. Another case involved 2 men arrested near Campo and charged with transportation of illegal aliens. And the 5th annual Pulled Pork Cook-Off. It's right around the corner. Holtville Rotary is hosting their annual Pulled Pork Cook-Off. It's the 5th year the event is being held. It'll be this Saturday from 4 until 9 p.m. on Holt Avenue in Holtville. There will also be a cornhole tournament, and teams can sign up at 12 noon that day. The tournament will begin at 1 p.m. The cost is $20 per person for the tournament, and there will be cash prizes for first, second, and third place teams. Live music will be provided by Pure Magic. Again, it's this Saturday, the Holtville Rotary Club's Pulled Pork Cook-Off. KXO Local News Time, 7:49.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For March specials, enjoy our drink of the month, the Irish Gold, or an ice-cold Guinness on tap. Our plate of the month for March is Chicken Poblano Pasta. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says unseasonably hot temperatures will build over the region over the next few days, with highs reaching well into the 90s by tomorrow and right around 100 degrees for Thursday and Friday. That's about 15 degrees above normal. This strong high pressure will also continue to bring mostly clear skies and dry conditions. Eventually, a broad area of low pressure is forecast to approach the region over the weekend, leading to a cooling trend into early next week. 92 the high in the valley yesterday, 57 the overnight low. It will be sunny today with a high near 96, light wind becoming west-northwest about 5 miles an hour this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 61. South-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming west after midnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 99. Light wind becoming southeast about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. 63 degrees, 34% relative humidity, the wind calm. Air quality moderate in Calexico, good everywhere else in the valley. Local news, page 2, brought to you by Burgers & Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers & Beer.
Growers, do you have alfalfa seed going to production this year? Give Mike a call at 760-498-5050 to have your fields monitored for dodder. Mike of Desert Eagle Eye has been mapping fields and finding dodder for growers in the Imperial Valley since 2016. The high-resolution maps provide a peace of mind for a clean harvest and the best way to find and navigate to any dodder spots in your field, saving you time and labor. Final harvest maps are produced in the week of harvest and can be submitted for certification purposes. Near-infrared and thermal imaging is also available. To get enrolled, give Mike a call at 760-498-5050. Locally owned, licensed, and operated since 2016. Desert Eagle Eye, a better perspective.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. It's the Gators. Florida stunned Houston with a late rally and secured the Gators' third national title. The Florida Gators mounted their rally with their own defensive stand, holding Houston to 3 points over a nearly 7-minute period in the second half, and tied the game. And then a free throw, and went on to the win. NBA action limited yesterday. It was the Kings over the Pistons, 127-117, and the Heat hammered the 76ers, 117-105.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations at Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Major League Baseball in the cold. It was the Tigers topping the Yankees 6-2. And the Pirates beat up on the Cardinals 8-4. Nationals dumped the Dodgers 6-4. Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 6-2. Mets shut out the Marlins 2-0. Royals ripped the Twins 4-2. Cubs blanked the Rangers 7-0. Orioles over the Diamondbacks 5-1. Mariners edged the Astros 4-3. Reds shut out the Hot Giants 2-0. And the Padres prevailed. They played in Sacramento against the Athletics. No home city. Yeah, they're not Philadelphia, not Kansas City, not Oakland, not Las Vegas. They're just the Athletics. Padres beat them anyway, 5-4. Bernhard Langer will make this Masters his last. And he says he'll play this year. That's it. Tiger Woods, with a torn Achilles, will not be there. But we will have updates throughout the prestigious Masters tournament from Augusta National starting tomorrow on AM 1230. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
The Imperial Local Agency Formation Commission invites residents of Imperial County to apply for the alternate public member seat on the commission. Applications can be found on their website, iclafco.com. Deadline for application is Thursday, April 10th at 5 p.m.
And let's take a look at financial news and a brief look at the weather. It is all brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal Service, the only Imperial Valley postal box service offering 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. You'll find Southwest Postal at 4th and Heil in El Centro. Mega Millions is getting a makeover, including more than doubling the price of a ticket, as the multi-state lottery game aims to improve players' odds and dish out bigger jackpots. The lottery, which is available to play in 45 states and D.C. and the U.S. Virgin Islands, announced last year that changes were coming in April. Tonight marks the first drawing under the new format, with the jackpot growing to $54 million. Since the lottery launched in 2002, 7 winners have won billion-plus jackpots, most recently in December. But beyond big jackpots, players told us they want bigger non-jackpot prizes, and that's exactly what this new game delivers, according to the Mega Millions Consortium. Elsewhere, while many nations are scrambling to strike tariff deals with President Donald Trump, China is standing up to him, hoping to turn crisis into opportunity. Within 48 hours of Trump's market-hammering announcement of tariffs on countries across the world's second-largest economy swiftly retaliated with its own punitive measures on U.S. goods and firms. Then, after the U.S. president vowed to ratchet up tariffs again on Monday, Beijing once again vowed to hold the line. The U.S. threat to escalate tariffs on China is a mistake on top of a mistake, according to China's Commerce Ministry. The threat once again exposes the blackmailing nature of the U.S., according to the statement. China will never accept it. If the U.S. insists on its own way, China will fight to the end. So what's happening on Wall Street right now? We see green. The Dow right now up 1,051 points at 39,005. The S&P 500 up 144 points at 5205. The NASDAQ up 500 points at 16103. Gold, are you ready? Gold up $54.80 an ounce. Yeah, sell the fillings. And oil up 56 cents a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 96. Light wind becoming west-northwest about 5 miles an hour this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 61. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour becoming west after midnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 99. Light wind becoming southeast about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. 64 degrees, 40% relative humidity. The wind calm, air quality moderate in Calexico, good everywhere else in the valley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business, your construction site, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Goddard's Gold.
Radio KXO El Centro on AM 1230 KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Steve Kathan. It's a bounce-back day for investors with markets rising after 3 days of steep losses triggered by President Trump's tariffs and fears of a possible recession. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
There are talks that there might be deals to be had with countries. We heard the Treasury Secretary on CNBC earlier today saying that they're discussing things with 70 countries. Didn't share the list, but investors like to hear that. Investors like to hear deals. The second thing is this is a buying opportunity for those hedge funds, those more institutional investors that are playing the long game, because there are a lot of stocks and companies that you know are going to do well in the long run.
Well, China said today it would fight to the end in the tariff battle with the U.S. At a Senate hearing this morning, Oregon Democrat Ron Wyden.
The U.S. economy has gone from the envy of the world to a laughingstock in less time than it took to finish March Madness.
Businesses large and small have decisions to make as prices figure to go up. CBS's Jolene Kent spoke to the owner of a candle company in Los Angeles.
Kristen Pumphrey started her business in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. It survived the pandemic, persistent inflation, and high interest rates. But a trade war feels different.
We're calculating essentially what change that's going to have on some of our raw materials. Our costs are definitely going to go up.
Pumphrey imports her jars from China.
The U.S. Supreme Court wants arguments by day's end as justices consider the case of a Maryland man who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador. The court yesterday allowed deportations of Venezuelans under an 18th century law. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
They are foreign adversaries, they are terrorists, and they are living among us no longer, and especially after that ruling yesterday. They better start self-deporting because we're coming after them.
President Trump said yesterday the U.S. would hold direct talks with Iran on the country's nuclear program. Iran's foreign minister described them today as indirect. More than 20 people were killed and 150 hurt when the roof collapsed at a nightclub in the Dominican Republic. Instagram announcing new rules designed to keep children under the age of 16 from live streaming or unblurring nudity in messages they've received. Our tech contributor, Ian Schur.
The company says it's trying to balance free speech and expression ideals against safety. And that's not always obvious or easy. And so by making these moves, the company is clearly setting a boundary around children and also saying teenagers should be treated with more care too.
The Dow is up 1,000 points. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
A high-powered, long-standing feud appears to be over.
Madonna says that when she found out Elton John was performing on Saturday Night Live with Brandi Carlile last weekend, she decided she'd be there and confront him backstage. She says the first thing out of Elton's mouth was, "Forgive me." After she confronted him about years of public insults, Madonna posted a picture to social media of the two hugging. She says Elton told her he wrote a song for her and wants to collaborate. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News, New York.
NASA astronaut Johnny Kim and 2 Russian crewmates have arrived at the International Space Station aboard a Russian spacecraft. They're set to spend the next 8 months in orbit. NASA says Kim will conduct scientific investigations and technology demonstrations. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
I don't like it. I love it.